Every single day of your life, you're being pulled in two directions: the version of you that settles and the version of you that rises. And the difference between those two paths isn't fate, it isn't luck, it's the small decisions you make every single day, what you choose to focus on, what you feed your mind with, the standards you demand of yourself. That's the line between average and extraordinary. If you want to create a life that excites you, that challenges you, that wakes you up in the morning with fire in your belly, there are 10 things you must work on every single day, not once in a while, not when you feel like it, every single day. The first is your state. Nothing moves in life until you do. You can have the greatest strategy in the world, but if you're in a lousy state, you won't execute. Every day, you must prime your energy, command your physiology, breathe like your life depends on it, because it does. The energy you bring to the day dictates the quality of your decisions, the quality of your relationships, the quality of your results. Second, feed your mind. Every day is a battle for your attention. The world throws negativity, distraction, and noise at you. If you don't choose what goes into your mind, something else will. You must read, listen, learn, study. Condition your brain with empowering ideas, strategies, and stories that pull you higher instead of dragging you down. Third, work on your body. This is the vehicle that carries you through your life. If you don't take care of it, everything else suffers. Move it, strengthen it, fuel it. Don't wait until you're tired or broken to start respecting it. Master your body and you master your emotions, your confidence, your performance. Fourth, focus on your vision. Too many people wake up drifting, reacting, respond to whatever comes at them. That's not living, that's surviving. Every day, reconnect to your vision. See it, feel it, breathe it. Clarity creates power. If you know where you're going, you'll endure any challenge to get there. Fifth, work on your discipline. Desire gets you started, but discipline keeps you moving when motivation disappears. Every day, build that muscle. Do the things you said you would do. Keep promises to yourself, because the moment you break those promises, you destroy trust in yourself, and without self-trust, you'll never create greatness. Sixth, strengthen your relationships. Nothing will matter in the end if you build success, but stand alone in it. Every day, invest in people. Connect, give, appreciate. Love is the ultimate fuel. Contribution is the ultimate fulfillment. If you neglect relationships, you may achieve, but you'll feel empty. Seventh, sharpen your communication. The quality of your life is the quality of your communication with others and with yourself. Every day, listen better, speak with more clarity, use words that empower instead of weaken. The way you speak creates the world you live in. Eighth, master your emotions. Don't let fear, anger, or doubt run your life. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control the meaning you give it. Every day, notice your patterns, catch yourself, break through them. Replace fear with courage, doubt with certainty, frustration with drive. Ninth, practice gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to suffering. You cannot feel fearful and grateful at the same time. You cannot feel angry and grateful at the same time. Every day, stop and feel it. Not just say it, feel it. Gratitude turns what you have into enough, and it primes you for more. And 10th, take massive action. All the vision, all the ideas, all the preparation mean nothing without execution. Every day, step forward, make the call, launch the project, push the needle. Progress has happened. If you're not growing, you're dying. When you make these 10 things your daily standard, you stop being someone who wishes, hopes, or dreams, and you become someone who creates. You stop waiting for the world to change, and you become the force that changes it. Because every day you're either working on yourself or you're decaying. And the choice is always in your hands. Every day when you open your eyes, life is asking you a question: will you step into growth or will you sink back into comfort? Most people choose comfort, and that's why they wake up 5 years later in the same place, the same job, the same problems, wondering why nothing has changed. But if you're hungry for more, if you know in your soul that you were not put on this earth just to pay bills and go through the motions, then you must make the decision to work on yourself every single day. Not when it's convenient, not when it feels easy, but every single day, because the small things repeated consistently create the big results everyone admires but few are willing to earn. When I talk about working on yourself, I'm not talking about occasionally picking up a book or hitting the gym once in a while. I'm talking about 10 areas of life that demand your daily attention if you want to rise to your highest potential. 10 disciplines that when practiced will transform not only your results, but who you are at your core. The first thing is your state. You know this already, everything begins with state. Your emotions, your energy, your psychology, they determine how you experience life. If you wake up in a lousy state, you can have the perfect plan, the perfect opportunities, but you won't act. On the other hand, if you cultivate an empowered state, if you train your body and mind to feel strong, grateful, and resourceful, you'll find solutions where others see only problems. You'll take action where others freeze. Every morning, you need to prime your state through movement, through breathing, through focus. Don't crawl into the day. Don't stumble into it half asleep. Storm into it like you own it. Because if you don't manage your state, the world will. and the world doesn't care about your dreams, you must take command of your energy because energy is life. Second, feed your mind. We live in a world of mental junk food, scrolling endlessly, absorbing negativity, gossip, fear-driven headlines. If you allow that diet to become your mental fuel, you'll wonder why your confidence erodes, why your creativity dries up, why your belief in possibility shrinks. Your brain is like a garden. Whatever you plant will grow. If you plant weeds, don't expect flowers every day. You must deliberately choose to feed your mind with ideas, strategies, and perspectives that pull you forward. Read something that challenges you. Listen to voices that empower you. Ask yourself better questions. If you commit to daily mental nutrition, your mind becomes an ally, not an enemy. Third, take care of your body. This is non-negotiable. Your body is the vessel that carries your dreams into reality. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if you don't have the health, the stamina, the vitality, you won't sustain it. Success without energy is misery. Every day, move your body. It doesn't matter how run, lift, stretch, dance, but do something that challenges your physiology. Fuel it with food that strengthens instead of weakens. Hydrate like your life depends on it, because it does. And don't underestimate the power of sleep, because recovery is part of progress. Work on your body every day, because a weak body creates weak emotions, and strong emotions create a strong life. Fourth, reconnect to your vision. People don't get burned out because of what they do. They get burned out because they forget why they do it. Vision is the fuel that keeps you alive when challenges hit. Without vision, you drift. You wake up and simply react to emails, notifications, problems. Life happens to you instead of for you. Every day, take a moment to remember what you're building. Write it down, visualize it, speak it aloud. Imagine yourself already there. Feel the emotions of having it now. Because when you see it clearly enough, when you feel it deeply enough, you'll endure anything to make it real. Without vision, discipline feels like punishment. With vision, discipline becomes devotion. Fifth, build discipline. This is the muscle most people hate to train, but it's the one that separates winners from dreamers. Motivation comes and goes, excitement fades. But discipline, the habit of following through on your commitments, is what creates momentum. Every day, do something you don't feel like doing simply because you said you would. It could be finishing that last rep at the gym, making that uncomfortable call, sticking to your morning routine. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are someone who can be trusted. Each time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken that trust. And without self-trust, you'll sabotage yourself every time. Work on discipline daily, because freedom is built on discipline, not on laziness. Sixth, nurture your relationships. Success without love, without connection, is the ultimate failure. Human beings are wired for connection. We crave it, we thrive on it, and we suffer without it. Every day, make it a practice to invest in your relationships. Send that message of appreciation. Look someone in the eyes and really listen. Give without expecting anything back. Relationships are like gardens. You can't water them once and expect them to flourish. They need consistent care, and the more love you give, the more fulfilled you'll feel. Remember, you rise higher not just because of what you achieve, but because of who you lift along the way. Seventh, sharpen your communication. Think about it. Your ability to connect with people, to influence, to inspire, to resolve conflict, to share your vision, that's all communication. And the quality of your life will rise or fall based on how well you do it. Every day, pay attention to your words. Are you speaking power into your life or draining it? Are you building bridges with people or burning them down? And just as important, how do you communicate with yourself? The questions you ask, the language you use, those shape your identity. Train yourself to communicate with clarity, with conviction, with compassion. Communication is not just a tool, it's a weapon if you master it. Eighth, master your emotions. Life will test you. Things will go wrong. People will disappoint you. Circumstances will blindside you. And in those moments, the difference between failure and growth comes down to your emotional mastery. Do you let fear freeze you, or do you use it as fuel? Do you let anger consume you, or do you channel it into drive? Do you let sadness sink you, or do you let it deepen your gratitude? Every day, pay attention to the meaning you give events. Remember, you can't always control what happens, but you can always control the story you tell about it. That story will either disempower you or ignite you. Train yourself daily to choose the meaning that serves you. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is not a cliche. It's the ultimate state of abundance. When you're grateful, you're rich right now. And when you live in that richness, more flows to you. Gratitude changes your focus from what's missing to what's already present, from scarcity to abundance, from suffering to joy. And here's the truth: you can't feel anger, fear, or stress at the same time you truly feel gratitude. It rewires your nervous system in an instant. Every day, take time to feel it. Not just write it on a list, not just think it, but truly feel it in your body. Gratitude for the breath in your lungs, for the people in your life, for the challenges that shaped you. Gratitude is the foundation for a life of fulfillment. And finally, 10th, take massive action. Ideas are cheap. Vision without action is hallucination. Every day, move the needle forward. Even small steps compound over time, but you've got to move. Make the call, launch the post, create the product, ask for the opportunity. Most people are waiting for the perfect time, waiting for confidence, waiting for certainty. But confidence doesn't come first, action does. Certainty doesn't come first, courage does. Progress is the ultimate motivator. When you act, you gain momentum. When you gain momentum, you gain power. And when you gain power, you become unstoppable. These 10 things, your state, your mind, your body, your vision, your discipline, your relationships, your communication, your emotions, your gratitude, and your action are not just practices. They are the building blocks of an extraordinary life. If you neglect them, life will weigh you down. If you honor them, life will lift you up. And the beauty is, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Small wins stacked daily create a compound effect that changes everything. Imagine who you would become if you committed to these 10 things for a year. Imagine the energy you would feel, the clarity you would have, the relationships you would deepen, the confidence you would build. Imagine the results, not because someone handed them to you, but because you earned them through daily action. And here's the truth. The future doesn't belong to those who dabble. It belongs to those who decide, who commit, who practice these disciplines every single day without excuse. You don't need to wait. You don't need permission. You don't need another sign. Everything you need is already inside you. It just needs to be demanded, activated, unleashed. And when you work on these 10 things daily, you unleash it. You stop being a prisoner of circumstance and start becoming the architect of your destiny. You stop hoping for a better life and start creating one, brick by brick, action by action, day by day. Let me take you deeper. Think about how you live a single day, because how you live your days is ultimately how you live your life. If your days are consumed with distraction, negativity, procrastination, and fear, then your life becomes a reflection of that. But if your days are filled with power, purpose, clarity, and growth, your life expands. That's why these 10 areas aren't optional. They are the foundation of everything you want. Let's go back to your state. Most people underestimate the power of their state. They believe life is about circumstances, but circumstances don't determine your destiny. Your state does. Two people can face the exact same challenge, and one collapses while the other grows. The difference isn't the problem, it's the state they bring to the problem. If you want to create a life of breakthroughs, you must master how to shift your state instantly. Use your body because motion creates emotion. Stand tall, breathe deeply, move with power. Use your focus because where focus goes, energy flows. Use your language because the words you use shape the feelings you live in. Train yourself daily to elevate your state because your state is the key to unlocking every other area of life. Feeding your mind is next. Ask yourself, what are you programming yourself with daily? Because make no mistake, you are always programming yourself. If you don't take control of it, the environment, the media, and the people around you will do it for you. And most of the time, they're programming you with fear, scarcity, and limitation. But when you choose to deliberately feed your mind with powerful ideas, with inspiring stories, with practical strategies, you transform your inner world. You don't just consume information, you condition your belief system. Because beliefs are nothing more than repeated thoughts. If you feed your mind every day with possibility, eventually you won't just believe it, you'll embody it. And then your body is your power plant. It generates the energy you need to follow through. You've seen people who are mentally sharp but physically exhausted. They have dreams but no energy to chase them. Every day, you must train your body to produce more energy, not less. That's why movement is medicine. That's why strength is confidence. That's why health is freedom. And you don't need to train like an athlete to transform your life. You just need consistency. A walk, a workout, a stretch, something that tells your body, I respect you. I will not neglect you. Because if you lose your health, you lose your foundation. Vision, this is your compass. Without vision, you wander. You get pulled into everyone else's agenda. And how many people live their whole lives chasing goals that were never theirs in the first place? Every day, you need to anchor to your vision. Write it down, see it in your mind, feel it in your body, let it pull you forward. Vision is more powerful than willpower because willpower eventually runs out. But vision is magnetic. It keeps you going when you're tired. It keeps you focused when life distracts you. Every day you neglect your vision, it grows dimmer. Every day you reconnect with it, it grows brighter until it becomes unshakable. Now, discipline, let's be real. Discipline is not sexy. It's not exciting. It doesn't get applause, but it's the foundation of freedom. Discipline is what builds trust with yourself, and trust with yourself is everything. Think about it when you say you'll do something and you don't. What happens? You weaken your identity. You start to believe you're the kind of person who doesn't follow through. And that belief will sabotage you every single time. But when you keep your promises, even the small ones, you build an identity of strength. You become the kind of person who follows through no matter what. That's why discipline is a daily practice, not a once in a while thing. Each act of discipline is a brick. Over time, those bricks build the fortress of your character. Relationships, your life is shaped by them more than anything else. Who you spend time with, you become. Every day, you must invest in relationships that elevate you, not drain you. You must also give, not when it's convenient, not just when you feel like it, but daily. Appreciation, kindness, encouragement, these are investments that multiply. And don't forget the relationship with yourself. The way you treat others is often a reflection of how you treat yourself. If you neglect your own growth, if you constantly criticize yourself, you'll project that onto the people you love. But when you honor yourself, you can honor others more deeply. Communication. This is the bridge to everything you want. If you can communicate effectively, you can influence, inspire, connect, and create opportunities that others only dream about. And it's not just about talking, it's about listening, understanding, connecting at a deeper level. Every day, practice communication. Ask better questions. Speak with more clarity. Notice the tone of your voice, the energy behind your words. Because words are tools, but they're also weapons. Use them wisely and you'll open doors. Use them poorly and you'll shut them forever. Emotions. Let's face it, emotions are the invisible force that controls every decision you make. You don't buy because of logic, you buy because of emotion. You don't fall in love because of logic, you fall in love because of emotion. You don't quit because of logic, you quit because of emotion. If you don't learn to master your emotions, they will master you. Daily practice is essential. Recognize your patterns, interrupt negative emotions quickly. Replace them with empowering ones. Use rituals that shift your feelings, music, movement questions. Every day, take responsibility for your emotional state because no one else will do it for you. Gratitude, this is the reset button for your soul. When you practice gratitude, you can't be a victim. You can't feel powerless. You can't live in fear. Gratitude shifts you instantly into abundance, into strength, into joy. And the key is to feel it, not just think it. Take time each day to immerse yourself in gratitude. Think of 3 things, feel them deeply, let them wash over you. Gratitude turns your ordinary moments into miracles. It makes life richer right now, not someday in the future. And when you live with gratitude daily, opportunities appear, connections deepen, life feels extraordinary. And then action, massive, consistent, relentless action. Too many people are drowning in ideas but starving for execution. They read, they talk, they dream, but they don't act. Every day, ask yourself, what is one step I can take today that moves me closer to my vision? Then take it. Don't wait for confidence because confidence comes after action, not before. Don't wait for certainty because certainty is built through movement. Every step creates momentum and momentum is power. When you take action daily, you become unstoppable, not because everything works, but because you refuse to stop moving forward. Now picture this, imagine waking up tomorrow and fully committing to these 10 things. You wake up and prime your state, your body feels alive, your mind sharp. You open a book or listen to something powerful that feeds your mind instead of numbing it. You move your body, sweat, breathe, feel strong. You look at your vision, not just on paper, but in your heart. You do what you said you would do, even if it's uncomfortable. You connect with someone you love, you give more than you take, you speak with clarity and strength. You shift your emotions when challenges hit. Instead of letting them crush you, you immerse yourself in gratitude, and then you take action, bold, imperfect, massive action. What kind of day would that be? What kind of week would that create? What kind of year would unfold if you repeated that every single day? That's the life waiting for you. Not someday, not when you're ready, not when it's easy, but right now, in the daily practice of these 10 things. Because greatness is not built in one grand moment. It's built in the small, consistent acts of discipline, vision, gratitude, love, and action that compound into a destiny. Let's stretch this even further because the truth is most people know what to do, but knowing is not enough. You must condition yourself daily. Knowledge without action is useless. But when you work on these 10 things every single day, you stop waiting for a miracle and you become the miracle. Think about your state again. Imagine 2 people wake up in the morning. One rolls over, hits snooze, scrolls on their phone, sighs, drags themselves into the day. Their physiology is flat, their energy is low, their thoughts spiral. The other person jumps out of bed, throws on music that fires them up, breathes deeply, moves their body, stands tall. Same morning, same world, completely different outcome. One starts the day defeated, the other starts as a leader. That's not luck, that's choice. And the choice is made every single day. You don't stumble into a powerful state, you create it. Now, feeding your mind. Imagine your brain like a supercomputer. What you put in is what comes out. If you feed it junk, fear-driven news, endless social scrolling, gossip, complaints, that's what you'll run on. But if you feed it empowering knowledge, stories of resilience, strategies for growth, you'll find solutions you didn't even know you had. Every day, you have the power to upgrade your mental software. You can literally rewire your brain with what you consume. Neuroplasticity is real. Your brain changes with repetition. Feed it garbage, you weaken it. Feed it greatness, you strengthen it. Daily input becomes daily output. And when it comes to your body, you already know how it feels to neglect it. Low energy, aches, fatigue, it drags your spirit down. But when you push your body, when you strengthen it, when you fuel it right, you feel alive. Energy floods through you. That vitality is what carries your dreams from imagination to reality. Every workout is not just exercise, it's a declaration. A declaration that you will not settle for weakness, that you will not neglect the gift of your health. And you don't just do it when you feel like it, you do it every day because your dreams deserve a strong vessel. Vision, this one is everything. Without vision, you drift. With vision, you drive. Vision is the magnet that pulls you through resistance. Picture this: two people face rejection in their business. One gives up, says, it's too hard. The other keeps going, not because rejection feels good, but because they see something bigger. Vision turns obstacles into fuel. Vision gives pain a purpose. Every day, you must look at your vision until it becomes more real than your current reality. See it so clearly that it drives you even when the world tells you to quit. And discipline, this is the bridge between vision and reality. Dreams are free, but discipline costs daily. You can dream of a great body, but discipline gets you to the gym. You can dream of financial freedom, but discipline gets you to save, to invest, to study. You can dream of impact, but discipline gets you to do the work when nobody's clapping. Discipline is not punishment, it's self-respect. Every time you keep a commitment, you prove to yourself you are worthy of trust. That trust builds unshakable confidence. But it must be worked on daily because discipline fades if it's not practiced. It's like a muscle. You use it, it grows. You neglect it, it weakens. Relationships, think about it. What's the point of achieving everything if you have no one to share it with? What's the point of success if you feel alone at the top? Every day, make relationships a priority. Call someone you love, appreciate someone in your life, give without keeping score. Relationships are living things, and they thrive when you water them. And remember, proximity is power. Who you surround yourself with shapes your standards. If you spend your days with complainers, guess what you'll become? But if you surround yourself with people who challenge you, push you, believe in you, you'll rise to match their standard. Every day, check your circle, nurture your connections, and invest in love. Communication, this is the secret weapon. Life is a constant negotiation with your spouse, your kids, your team, your clients, yourself. If you can't communicate, you can't connect. And if you can't connect, you can't influence. Every day, practice communicating with clarity and intention. Learn to ask questions that draw people out. Learn to speak with certainty. Learn to listen with empathy. And most importantly, master the communication you have with yourself. The conversations in your head shape your identity. If you say, I'm not enough, I can't do this, I always fail, you'll live that story. But if you say, I am resourceful, I am relentless, I will figure this out, you'll live that too. Communication is creation. Every day, choose words that create a life worth living. Emotions, here's the truth. Emotion is what drives action. You don't act because of logic, you act because of how you feel. That's why emotional mastery is non-negotiable. Every day, life will test you. Traffic jams, unexpected bills, criticism, failure, they will come. But what matters is not what happens, it's how you respond. Do you let frustration ruin your day, or do you use it as fuel to adjust? Do you let fear paralyze you, or do you turn it into preparation? Emotions are signals, they tell you what to pay attention to, but they are not commands. You don't have to obey them. Every day, train yourself to shift, change your focus, change your physiology, change your meaning. That's how you master emotion instead of being mastered by it. Gratitude, this is the daily antidote to suffering. You can't be truly grateful and stressed at the same time. You can't be truly grateful and angry at the same time. Gratitude breaks the grip of fear and scarcity. Every day, stop and feel it. Not a checklist, but a feeling. Feel grateful for the breath in your lungs, for the lessons in your failures, for the people who stood by you. Gratitude is strength. It makes you rich in this moment. And when you live rich now, you attract even more. That's why gratitude is not optional. It's oxygen for the soul. And then action, the ultimate separator. Most people wait. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect confidence. But waiting kills dreams. You don't need perfect, you need movement. Every day, take action. Big or small, it doesn't matter. What matters is momentum. Because momentum is addictive. Once you start, it's hard to stop, and momentum turns struggle into flow. Remember, it's not the ideas that change your life. It's the actions, not the intention, but the execution. Every day, ask yourself, what's one bold action I can take today to move forward? Then take it. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Now imagine stringing together days like this. Not one day of greatness followed by weeks of excuses, but day after day after day of working these 10 areas. Imagine what your energy would feel like if you primed your state every morning. Imagine what your confidence would look like if you fed your mind with empowering knowledge daily. Imagine the strength in your body after months of consistent care. Imagine the clarity of your vision after revisiting it every day. Imagine the trust you'd have in yourself after building discipline step by step. Imagine the love in your relationships, the power in your communication, the mastery of your emotions, the depth of your gratitude, the momentum from daily action. This is not theory. This is reality for those who choose it. Ordinary people become extraordinary not because they're born with something special, but because they work on themselves daily. Consistency beats intensity when it's scattered. A little every day compounds into a life that looks miraculous to others. But it's not a miracle, it's the math of effort, the compound effect of discipline. So every morning when you wake up, remind yourself, today is the day I build myself. Today is the day I invest in my state, my mind, my body, my vision, my discipline, my relationships, my communication, my emotions, my gratitude, and my action. Today is the day I take ownership because nobody's coming to do it for me. Nobody's going to hand me the life I want. It's on me every single day to do the work. And so here's the truth you cannot ignore. Every single day you are casting votes for the person you are becoming. Not once in a while, not only when you feel motivated, every day. You either vote for weakness or you vote for strength. You either vote for excuses or you vote for progress. You either vote for drifting or you vote for destiny. These 10 things are not suggestions. They are the blueprint for greatness. When you decide to work on your state, your mind, your body, your vision, your discipline, your relationships, your communication, your emotions, your gratitude, and your action every single day, you ignite a force inside you that no obstacle, no circumstance, no setback can extinguish. So the question is not, can you do it? Because you can. The question is not, will it work? Because it will. The real question is, will you commit? Will you stop waiting for tomorrow and claim today? Will you raise your standards so high that excuses can no longer live in your presence? Because the life you want is not waiting in the distance. It's waiting in your daily habits. Choose to work on these 10 things every single day, and you will not just get more out of life, you will become more. And when you become more, you will give more. And when you give more, you will truly live.